If you're thinking to moving to Greenville or Pitt County, North Carolina, probably the first big question in your mind is where I should live actually.
And there's a lot of communities out there, and from the outside looking in, it can feel like a very long list of names that you have no idea about. So today we're going to keep it simple. We pulled 5 years of data from the Pitt County MLS, and we're going to tell you what.
Basically, we are going to tell you that based on all this data in 5 years, how many houses sold and how fast they sold it, and how close each of this neighborhood that we're going to talk about sit on that map in the whole Pitt County, North Carolina, that basically most people going there based on their job in Greenville, North Carolina.
So that's really what this is about. We picked 5 communities that stand out. There's many more than that, but we looked at the real numbers, at the real drive times, and we have of course our local knowledge. So let's hit the list. But before we get to that list, let us explain why drive time matters for really simple. Because people move here to Greenville, they're typically moving here for a job, right? And that job might be where?
Basically, this job could be, for example, we were talking about the main employers, which could be ECU University or ECU Medical Center, which these are the biggest employers around.
You hit Thermo Fisher? I didn't hear you say Thermo Fisher.
And also, of course, they might be Thermo Fisher or many other pharmaceutical company and tech company, and also it could be energy company like a Boviet.
Well, again, there's Hyster-Yale, which is the big lift trucks and industrial equipment on the south side. Thermo Fisher, as my husband talked about, which makes medicine and science and biotech. Of course, you have ECU Health for the hospital. You have East Carolina for the college students, the professors, someone who actually has to be on campus. And there's a couple of new names on this list. You have Nipro PharmaPackaging, which is a new pharmaceutical that's coming into the area. And then, of course, you have Boviet Solar, which is a solar panel company that is also moving and adding a lot of jobs. So when we're talking about where we live, we love to talk about how long that morning is going to be after you get your breakfast and you have to off to go to work.
Exactly. Therefore, if you're looking at the whole picture, a 10 minutes drive and a 25 minutes drive are two different lives. And now, one quick note before we dive into what we wanted to talk about. And then the drive times that we shared today is based on the road distance from middle of each basically neighborhood and based on our times that when we move around ourselves. Therefore, your exact time, it could be a little bit faster, it could be a little bit slower. Therefore, this is what we wanted to share with you.
And traffic can change the patterns too. So again, we're just giving you a starting point. So the very first community of the top 5 we're going to talk about, in no particular order to be entirely honest, is going to be Brook Hollow, which is the only townhome community that made it to my list. Brook Hollow is here for a reason, because it is the workhorse of our MLS really. Over the past 5 years, 55 homes sold in this neighborhood. While that sounds like a lot of turnover, it means that homes are still being built, and we're going to talk about when they are available.
Exactly. Therefore, we have phase 3 and phase 4 at the moment in Brook Hollow. They're building in townhouses that could be like a duplexes and the townhouses next to each other. And as my wife said, 16 of those sales have happened in the last 12 months alone. And the typical home basically in that area sold around something $289,000.
Right, and for the most part, if you're a seller, when your home hits the markets, they move fast. The typical in the 5-year data, it's about 26 days. Now, homes are basically in the past 5 years selling for their full asking price. So when buyers tell you they love this area, they're willing to act quickly. Now, another reason why everybody looks at Brook Hollow and why it's really kind of the workhorse is because it's in the middle of everything. ECU Health is 2 miles away. You'll be there in about 5 minutes. What about the rest? Hyster-Yale.
Basically, if you're working in the Hyster-Yale, it's about the same distance. And Nipro Medical that we were talking about is just under 2 miles too from that area.
East Carolina University?
And East Carolina University around 3 miles, roughly 8 minutes driving. And Thermo Fisher and Boviet Solar both about 4.5 miles. That you're looking at something around 11 minutes of driving.
Well, pretty much that means that when you're looking for a place to work, you're not burning a chunk of your time in the car every day, which is a nice thing to do, which is the opposite of kind of the next one. Laurel Oaks in Greenville, North Carolina is my number 2. And it is a different kind of community entirely. It is not those townhomes that are in the middle of everything. And it is a step up in price. The sale price last year was about $440,000. But what really jumps out is the speed. over the past 5 years, homes in this neighborhood sold in 9 days, and that's really quickly. And that means when the people look at Laurel Oaks, it does move fast. And 15 homes in that neighborhood sold over the past 5 years, which means the sales price is always masking the asking price. So if you're looking for a neighborhood that has serious power and you're looking for a place where people actually want to be, there's a strong buyer trend to be in this area. Now, the trade-off is Laurel Oaks is what?
Basically, the trade-off is they're sitting a bit east of the Greenville, North Carolina, which is further of what we were talking about, the other neighborhood like a Brick Hollow. Your commute, for example, to East Carolina University is around 15 minutes driving. To Hyster-Yale also is about 15 minutes, and to ECU Health is something around 18 minutes drive, and to Thermo Fisher is around 12 minutes of the drive from the Laurel Oaks.
So while you might be thinking this might be too long, but if you're looking for a quiet spot in a more secluded area in a nice neighborhood where people like, this is really just something to consider. So you would have that trade-off going on between you would get that that calmer home life, but you are going to have a bit more in the traffic side. Now let's talk about number 3.
Number 3 in the list is Ridgewood Farms in Winterville, North Carolina, which is honestly one of our favorite in Pitt County, North Carolina.
Because we live here in Winterville.
Exactly. Therefore, Ridgewood Farm has 25 sales in the last 5 years, and 7 of those was just happened in the last 12 months. And typical sale is around $309,000 in the Ridgewood Farm, and the lease price is pretty much very strong and close in how many?
To 90.5%.
To 90.5%.
99%.
Therefore, what it means exactly?
It means that they're selling for list.
Exactly.
Which buyers and sellers meaning in the healthy middle, which Ridgewood Farms is really interesting in the commute times too, which is why I brought it right back and why it's something to really consider. Because Hyster-Yale is 2 miles away, which works out to be a 5-mile drive. ECU Health is 3 miles, about 7 minutes. Nipro, the new one, 3 miles, around 8 minutes long. ECU comes in at around 9 minutes. Those are a strong set of numbers if you want to be in Winterville, but you want to be south of Greenville, but you want to get there quickly. So you're getting a lot of the Winterville feel. You're getting a drive that's shorter than you would think as well.
Exactly. And you are also in the middle of the all amenities like a Sam's Club, even the Walmart, lots of restaurant, car dealers if you wanted to buy brand new cars or whatever.
You brought that up, but okay.
Lots of grocery store, and this is one of the advantages also of this neighborhood. What is the community, number 4?
Number 4 is Brookfield in Winterville, North Carolina. Now this is a step up from Ridgewood Farms. 17 homes sold there in the past 5 years, and 5 of them in the last year. And the typical home sells at $390,000 at the start, and you can go into $400,000 very easy. Homes sell for the pretty much full asking price. And if you're looking for a more established feel and you want to feel a little bit more polished and you want to still be in Winterville, this is going to be the area that you might consider. Exactly. It's going to be, you're right off there on Laurel, and it's a little bit quieter. But tell me about the commuting.
Basically, if you were looking at the commute time, if you wanted to go to the Hyster-Yale, for example, this is around 4 miles, which is roughly 10 minutes. Again, based on the traffic or whatever time of the day you are. ECU Health is closer to 14 minutes, and ECU main campus, where East Carolina University, is about 15 minutes, and Nipro PharmaPackaging is around 16 minutes from this community.
Right, so Brookfield might feel a little more south, but you are getting a little bit more of the Winterville amenities, and you're going to get a little bit more compared to Ridgewood Farms. So you're going to be a little bit more of a quiet space. So if you are looking for a larger home in Winterville and you are okay with slightly longer drives, this kind of area should be on your short list. Tell me about number 5.
Number 5 that we wanted to talk about is Arbor Hills South in Greenville, North Carolina. And basically Arbor Hills South is a sleeper pick.
Yeah.
You know? And what it means that 52 homes have sold in this neighborhood over 5 years. That's a lot of homes, which are one of the biggest total in the list that we talked about. And the speed in this community is pretty wide. Over 5 years, the typical home sold in 3 days. And so what exactly is about
Well, that is the
neighborhood?
most requested school zone. Let's be entirely honest. So, but either way, besides that, so there more few homes happened in the last year because there's not a lot of inventory. So if something does come up, it's going quick. And if a buyer wants to be in this neighborhood, you pretty much need to be talking to us already to get those last bit of lots for you. And the location is very easy to love as well. So we told you. ECU is about 4 miles. That's 9 minutes away. You're super close to Walmart and all of those other grocery stores too. In a way, the superstore, so you can get to all of your amenities quicker. Tell me about
including the Lowe's and other stuff. That basically, my wife talked about East Carolina University.
Yeah.
For the Hyster-Yale is about the same time, 9 to 10 minutes, and ECU Health is around 12 minutes. All you need to do, coming to East 10th Street from that neighborhood and just straight going to the hospital, which is pretty easy. For the Thermo Fisher is around 15 minutes drive, and basically is a very central home base, and the price point needs to be approachable for many of you, and if you are the first time home buyers or you are young professionals.
Now, if you're in this commute, I hope this video helped you because we looked at ones that had the shortest commute. To ECU and Hyster-Yale, you want to be looking maybe at Ridgewood Farms or Brook if you just want to be super fast. But if you want to go to a move-up home that has a little bit more resale power, maybe that Brookfield and Laurel Oaks are your top 4 picks, and there could be more than that as well. And if you want to be on something that's going to go fast before the list even hits, and you want to be talking about Arbor Hill South, that should be on your list too. But here's the truth, and people get confused all the time. North Carolina and Pitt County is the place people want to be. The inventory is tight. People come to these communities, they sell because they want them, they need to go somewhere. But the worst thing you can do is wait to think, I'm just going to find a house when it shows up online. Because at that point, that house could already be under contract, you'd already be talking to somebody. So the best thing to do is talk to us before you're even...
Tell us basically your must-have, and because there are many communities in Pitt County, North Carolina, or Greenville or Winterville, North Carolina, that we never even mentioned in this video. And it might actually matches your needs and what exactly you want for you and your loved one. And basically we will set up alert for you, exact price point, exact neighborhood, the school zone that might be even you looking for your children. And that helps us to make you, to find you the right house in the area that you want it to be.
Now, don't forget, in the description below, you can book us in the Calendly. We can talk to you online no matter where you are in the world to really make sure that we are finding the right things for you. So, and if you are on the fence about selling your home, we also have a link in the description about your home value as well. So if you want to give us just 2 minutes of your time, we could really talk to you about what your home might be worth. Again, we live here, we work here, we love being in the Winterville, Greenville area, and we have seen all these neighborhoods, we walk the streets, and we're happy to share because we're here when you're ready.
Exactly. Please don't forget to call us, Alan Victoria Pinder, 252-327-3357. And of course, you can find all our detailed information in the description below. Don't forget to look at all of our videos here. And don't forget to subscribe in our channel. We love to be communicating with you and also help you with your journey to relocating to our area. And have a blessed day.